you make sure that you have registered in the right section, because sometimes, because of you registering in the wrong section, sometimes towards the end, we facing a lot of problems, right? Identifying, looking for you. You are not in this section, but you enrolling this section. In fact, you were supposed to be in the other section, so everyone will be looking for you. So just make sure that you have registered in the right section. Okay. Right now, let's see. Can we share the video first? Right, can we share the video first for a while, and then if you think that the video takes a lot of data, so maybe afterwards you can turn the video off. Okay. All right, now let's see the faces of section 3. Yeah. Faiza, Hidayah, so still, can you turn on the video first so that we can see the face? All right, we have Nur Laila, we have Amira. Amira was with me in the research method class, right? We have Chan, little bit dark, Chan, can't see your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah,
You
the
didn't pay, you didn't pay the electricity bills or what?
no.
Okay, we have Hidayah, we have Miao Hui, and then we have Muhammad Farizan, we have Muniswari, we have Nur Farina, we have Nur Hamima, and we have Nur Atika, Nur Adila, Siti Norehan, Faiza, still waiting for Faiza. And we have Dr. Nur Hasniza. Yeah. So this course will be, you will be with me, Zainuddin, and Dr. Nur Hasniza. And throughout the semester, we will be, not to say teaching or assisting you, but we are more to sharing knowledge. Okay, we want to share our teaching experiences in regards to innovation, teaching and learning, and hopefully by sharing our experiences, some of you may have been through this one, right? Producing this, innovating this, inventing this. But in this course, we want to highlight what is the necessary part, what is the requirement of um, uh, the profession, yeah, as a teacher or as the educators in learning and teaching. So that's the important part. And now we're talking about the millennium, and then we're talking about digital age and digital society. So we don't have a choice. We can't run from it, but what we need to do is deal with it and slowly try to live with in it. Okay. So in that sense, so we want you to have some sort of understanding. Okay. Some sort of understanding, attitude, perception, in the right direction, right? That's why we call it innovation in learning and teaching, so that by having this idea, at least we can improve our understanding and knowledge, but also the most important part is our generation, yeah, next generation. If we were if we were teaching in the school, so our responsibility now is to inculcate or to educate our children, yeah, our children, how to make use of this knowledge, yeah, like innovation, innovative mind, everything. We haven't heard this so many times, right? But what is really about what we can say about innovation? So what is the fundamental parts the innovation is all about producing stuff or producing goods, producing materials, producing product. But now we want you to learn and then see things in more broader sense. So that's why what if we can say if we can say we consider the product that you will be producing at the end is the just an evidence, right? The evidence to show that you have gone through all the processes. So that is the most important part. All right. Now, before we start off, so I will be with you sharing our personal experiences, Dr. Hasniza, right? So if you look at the um, um, e-learning, so then you can find some of the materials we have uploaded of some materials that I think are very useful materials. The first one, all right. Okay, now you can turn off the video so that you can save the data. And let me share with you the um, my screen, right? My screen, because if I share my content, the slides will be smaller. Now, this is the list of the participants of this course. Chan Bao Kiong, we have Faiza, we have Malini, we have Muhammad Farizan, we have Muniswari, we have Nur Adila, Nur Ain Zulaikha, Lily. So it's really hard to pronounce nowadays names. Yeah? So maybe when you have children, try to not to give a name that hard to pronounce. Yeah? Okay, we have Nur Atika, we have Nur Farina, we have Nur Hamima, Nur Hidayah, and we have Nur Yuliati Amira, we have Siti Nur Laila, we have Siti Nur Rehan, we have Teh Miao Hui, and then we have Zhu Huan, Shu Huan. Okay, so if any of you knows about these people, right? I'm sure not everyone is here. We're supposed to have 16, but still some more. And if you know someone here which not here today, this morning, maybe you can remind them and ask them to join, right? Or maybe they have some problems with the registration. Maybe they have problem with the section and so on. So, and of course, the most important is the internet connection. And some of the places they said that they have problem with the connection. So we try our best to provide this. Okay, and then for your information, the university have generously or provided some assistance on the data plan. They call it data plan. So those who categorize under the B40, they can apply for that. Some some amount of money to support the data plan. So under B40 and under, right? B40. So those who are not in that category, we really sorry. Yeah, meaning maybe you have the enough financial to have your own. Okay, these are the names that's supposed to be in the class, and and the hang on, all right. Okay. Okay, let me show you the e-learning. Yeah, hang on. Okay, this is the e-learning, right? The e-learning, and I'm sure some of you have viewed this e-learning. And remember that the section MPPU 1003, section 3. And if we look at the course synopsis, course synopsis, then you can see the course will enrich students' knowledge of the concepts and the process of innovation. Now look at the words concepts and process, right? That's what we mean by this course, right? We want you to experience the whole process of innovation, right? Instead of focusing on the product that you will be producing at the end, but what we want you to learn is more to the process of producing that product, right? The product is just a matter of evidence to show that you have gone through the processes. Now, by doing this, we hope that you will be able to apply the process of innovation in educational setting. So this is the one that we expect, right? Not just about getting A. Now you get A, get B in terms of grades, but in terms of practices, right? Practices, that is what we expect you to do, right? And um, the application of the knowledge and skills in the real context afterwards. Right after you have gone through this process, we expect that you can bring that out into your daily practices. If you were teaching or you were a teacher, or in fact, if you are not a teacher, but still one day you will be teaching someone anyway. So your children, your family. So hopefully, by having these skills and idea, you can share the. You can make sure that the generation, our children, our person in charge. So we can, develop them into that direction so that they can have something like uh, in terms of thinking, in terms of attitude, in facing the daily activity. Okay, now project based here, meaning the project that you will be producing at the end. All right, so you need to come up with some sort of project from the teaching and learning perspective. And then at the end, we hope that you will be able to develop an innovation product, right? So that's why we say at the end, right? At the end, you will come out with the innovation product, teaching and learning, which addresses the current needs of the students. Now, if you look back to this one, right, the product, actually it is related to the teaching and learning processes. So how, by having the product or by having those product, it can enhance, it can accelerate the learning processes, right? From maybe someone would say from the not so interested, not so fun learning, becoming a learning that really fun and interesting. So that is what we expect for you to get. All right. Now look at this course information. Now before we go to this one, maybe Dr. Hasniza would like to say something about this. Dr. Hasniza, the concepts, the idea in general about this innovation.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and morning to all. Saya mix boleh in English. Okay. So this is thank you Dr. Zainuddin already mentioned or explained about the course synopsis. Okay. So in this course actually Dr. Zainuddin, I cannot because you are the sharing the material.
Okay, just
Maybe
for now,
I will
maybe I
just
can.
go through what is.
Um, Anything that, I mean, in general, Dr. Hasniza, anything ada yang dalam secara umum, I mean, cost, not in detail, like the
Okay.
cost information is more
Uh,
detailed.
okay, in general, this actually the course about innovation, innovation in teaching and learning. Usually, the student or my group of students, usually they will develop a module, on teaching and learning. In my part, which is I'm in science and mathematics. Science and mathematics. So most of my doing module of STEM, because nowadays they were focusing on STEM education. So most of my students make modules on STEM education. And now current, I think because of the COVID, I think the best way to do the module is using the YouTube. Maybe it can, maybe this class can have a module innovate and do it as in YouTube, so can be used in the current situation, which is COVID-19. That's all. Maybe
Hmm.
Dr. Zainuddin
Yes, yes,
show
that's right.
next
So on,
some of the example
sure, sure. Nanti kita tunjukkan dalam e-learning tu ada kan
after
yang
this.
dah di-upload tu. Alright, right. So now you see, yeah, see, you see itu yang kita maksudkan. That's what we mean, right? The product itself is just a matter of evidence, right? You have to remember that, and evidence. So this is the evidence of the process. At the end of the process, you producing a module, producing about the software, whatever it is, you call it a product. So, but our main focus is not on this 100%. What we want you to learn is the whole process, the whole journey of producing this product, because by understanding this whole process is one, we can say that we can come up with some sort of yeah, whatever product in assisting teaching and learning processes in schools, at home, wherever necessary. But at the same time, we want you to have that, you practice it, and then we hope that by practicing that practices, becoming your daily practices, can influence the next generation. That is the most, I mean, the ultimate objective of this course, right? So then, you know, if the children have a very highly critical thinking, very innovative mind, parents, a very highly critical, innovative mind of teachers, and so we hope that the students or the children can develop, right, can grow up becoming a new generation that have all those facilities, right? That's what we expect in the long run, right? In the long run. So that is the idea. Okay. Now, these are the sections, right? These are the sections. We have, I can't remember how many sections. One, two, three, four, five. I think we have five sections, right? Yeah, five sections. Now, um, all right. Now look at this one, the course information, the course learning outcomes. Now look at the number one, analysis the process of innovation in teaching and learning. So analysis the process of innovation in teaching and learning. So we expect that you can venture in the process of innovation in teaching and learning by analyzing all these steps and procedures, right? So that you expect at the end, you can acquire this. You have the ability to analyze, right? To analyze the process of innovation in teaching and learning. So doesn't mean that if you are in schools, some teachers, you know, they don't bother. They don't, not to say don't care, but they they have no idea what is really needed in teaching and learning. So sometimes they think that the innovation is not really important in teaching and learning. They just think of delivering the knowledge, teaching the subjects, maths, physics, chemistry, biology, language. So just transfer the knowledge, but sometimes overlook about these elements, right? The elements, the critical thinking. We don't want to produce the students or the children that can absorb, can only absorb, but less critical. So that's what we expect. Now, number two, integrate the process of innovation in learning and teaching. So now you from the ability to analyze the processes, now you start trying to implement it, not just able to analyze, but now try to implement it in the real context. And then number three, the same way, we expect that you can produce a product that is capable of solving the problems. Again, if you look at this one, it really requires a problem solving skill, right? Problem solving skills. Now, look at a very simple example in our daily life. Look around us. Look around us. When we drive on the road, right? For example, when we drive on the road, a lot of problem solving activities happening, right? When you stuck in the jam, what will you do? Some people cut through the line, right? Some people just wait. Some people going out early. So those are the what we call problem solving, right? Some this, some that, some reactive, some more proactive. So this is what we mean by capability of solving the problems. So it depends on us. Sometimes we are the one who cut through the line. We cut the line. So this is reactive. So the same way, if we look at the person who come out early because they want to avoid stuck in the jam. So this is what we mean by proactive thinkers, right? Proactive thinkers, always looking forward and then try to find ways without compromising all other practices. So this is the thing that we need to learn, right? And then number four, demonstrate leadership skill by leading the team to solve problems innovatively in planning, right? Also in leading the team member. So this is another thing, leadership skills. I can say that this is look easy, but it's not that easy actually, right? Leading people. So what we mean by leadership is leading people towards a right direction. So that's what we mean. Okay, achieving the objective, for example. So how we able to lead them from various background of people in achieving one single objective. So this is really requires some skills. Okay, and then number five, demonstrate good ethics and values during the undertaking of the project. I can say ethics ni kita pergi terus kepada ini lah. Kita kata dalam perspektif agama, right? So some of you are Muslim, and some of you are Buddhist, Hindu. So ethic is one part, but when we come back to the fundamental parts is demonstrate a good believer, right? You are seorang Muslim yang baik, seorang Hindu yang baik, seorang Buddhis yang baik. Itu yang kita expect lah, ya. Jadi tak adalah tipu. Orang dalam agama kan dia tak kasih tipu. Mana boleh tipu? Boleh ke? Amira, boleh tipu-tipu ke dalam agama? Tak boleh kan? Bohong, right? Bohong, meniru, ciplak, tanpa izin, macam-macam. Itu semua tak boleh. Okay, itu semua tak boleh, dilarang dalam agama, right? So itulah yang kita nak, kita expect at the end, you can achieve this, right? If not 100%, at least we can say 70%, 70% is already B, right? They consider in terms of grade, you consider as B. So at least B, your achievement into this course learning outcomes, okay? Now, And then, in order to achieve those learning outcomes, look at the assessment methods, the assignments, the tasks that you need to complete throughout. Yeah. Number one, analysis of the process of innovation, teaching, and learning. So we prepare you one task, problem identification, right? Problem identification, which carries 20 marks, 20% of the total marks. So by doing this assignment, we hope that you can acquire this, the analysis ability, yeah, to analyze process of innovation. So that's the idea, right? By completing these assignments, we hope that you can acquire CLO number one, CLO number one. And then for CLO number two, CLO number two, integrate the process of innovation. Now, this is really down to the piece of work, right? Now, technical report one. Now start working on the proposals. So you want to propose something. I want to produce this. I want to produce, like Dr. Nur Hasniza said, I want to produce a module. All right. So before you can produce the module, this is what you need to propose. Why you want to produce that? You don't want to produce something without any reason. Okay, that's why they put say macam contohnya kan, kita buat kunci mangga. Kenapa kita buat kunci mangga yang tak boleh dipotong? Mengelakkan pencuri contohnya kan. So there must be a reason. Jadi if you think that you want to propose a module, then you have to justify why you want to propose a module. There must be something wrong in the teaching and learning, right? Something wrong in teaching and learning that requires a module. Maybe the module at school is not that good. This is one example, very simple example. And then the technical report too. After you manage to propose one types of project, right? Now you can proceed after being verified. Then you can proceed, start working on the project, and then at one stage you have to share with other people what is the progress of the project. Yesterday you said you want to come up with this module. Okay, what is really happening now? Oh, today we managed to, organize some parts, some materials that really needed in developing the modules. So this kind of thing. So that is the project progress, which carries 20%, right? 20%. So in the technical report one, the proposal carries 15%, right? In total, for this, integrating the process of innovation in learning and teaching, you have 35%, to 35 marks from here. So, which is really, really big, right? 35%. Now, what you need to consider is a group project. So, since this is a group project, you have to involve or to engage in brainstorming activities, and of course the group discussion. So you have to discuss amongst you, and we will come back to this one after we come to the assessment part. Yeah. And then number three, we also provide you with certain activities, right? The first one, we have technical report three, which is the final report after you have proposed, and then you start working on the project, and then finally you finish with the project. Now you have to report it, right? You have to report it in the technical report three, which is the final report. And then this is one. This one is carries 20%, right? 20% marks. We also have product profile. Product profile. Later we'll show you what we mean by product profile. And then finally the final product. The final product, right? Under this final product, which carries 10%, 5% for the poster, and then video pitching, pitching video, 5%. right? So this is, I mean, these three tasks. We hope that you can, able to produce a product in this course. And then for the CLO4 and CLO4, we looking at the leadership skills, right? Leadership skills. So we hope that by providing this platform, like assessment on leaderships, um, here the leadership will be assessed through um, peer assessment, right? You need to assess your group member. If the member in the group is 3, so everyone must assess their member, the other 2 members, right? So you have to assess them. If you think that their leadership is not that good, like a passenger in the group work, so you have to be able to assess them, right? Although they didn't involve in the project, in the assignments, but because of friends, okay, it's fine, I give you 5 marks. Again, that's really challenging your leadership skills, right? Because when we say leadership skills, one of the criteria is, can people able to see in the objective manner. When they say no, meaning no, when they say yes, meaning yes. So if they didn't involve in the task or assignment working, so we will be able to have the strength to say no, meaning we don't give them any marks, for example. All right, now, and then finally, good ethics, right? Ethics. So, I mean, we provide you one kind of activity, which is IP form completion, right? We will discuss about it afterwards, about what we mean by RP submission, so that you can learn something about ethics, right? Now, this is about copyright. Copyright. So this is my idea, and we give you 5% marks for this one, right? The IP form submission completion, so you will get 5 marks, because the approval for the copyright will takes a little bit longer, right? It cannot be completed by one semester, maybe the next semester, the following semester. Then the application will be approved, and then you will be granted with the copyright certificates. But anyhow, we don't want to complicated things. We just want to see you doing the submission, like IP form completion submission, and then you entitled to get 5 marks. Okay. Right, now these are the title, the topics that will be discussed. Not to say in order like this. Sometimes we jump here, combine this and that, so that to make it easier for you. Okay, and we have 14 weeks, 14 weeks as usual. And then previously, before the CMCO, we have exhibition. Yeah, now we have. I mean, dulu kita ada physical exhibition, right? Maknanya we conduct an exhibition, inviting people to come to the exhibition, and then we do some demonstration about our product. But now we're still doing the same, but in the online manner. So we will discuss about it in detail when we have a committee for the 1003. 1003. Okay, now look at this one, yeah. The task, tugasannya ada 8 tu. Nampak macam banyak lah, tapi sebenarnya tak adalah banyak, susah sangat. Sebab semua ni sebenarnya berkait. You look at from number 1 to number 8. Sebenarnya berkait lah. All are connected. problem identification. Although this is individual, right? Individual problem identification. Everyone must learn how to identify the problems. Okay, how to identify the problems, and then how to come out with the idea to solve the problems. So that's what we mean by problem identification. But this is the individual task, yeah, individual task. Number 2 to number 8 is the group task, yeah, the group task. Now look at the technical report 1, technical report 1. Technical report 1 could be one, right? Any one of the number 1. Say, for example, you form 3 people in a group. So maybe you can discuss amongst you which problems that you want to use, right? Which product, which idea that you want to use. So you discuss amongst you, so you decide one. So meaning you will be using the same material, same idea, yeah, from the problem identification, and bring it in to the technical report 1, and then start doing more constructive alignment in the presenting the technical report 1. What we say later nanti kita tunjuk lah technical report 1 tu. And then technical report 2 is about the progress, right? The progress. So ini dia punya proposal, technical report 1. Lepas itu ini dia punya process of development, technical report 2 ni. But of course you have to prepare some report, right? Some reports because you have to share with other people what is really now the current status of the project, right? Dah buat ke, tak buat ke, apa permasalahan yang dihadapi. So those are the things that you need to highlight or to address in the technical report too. Something like presentation, right? So maybe you can share with other people. Oh, this product is quite difficult to something like that. Ini yang kita harap lah. And then finally, the technical report 3, iaitu final product, right? The final report dia lah. Apa yang you dah dapat, macam mana data-data yang you kutip apa semua tu. Itu pun samalah. So dia punya flow dia merupakan benda yang sama. And then we have product profile. So we will share with you the previous product profile. We are not saying that the previous product profile is the best, but at least you can get some idea from it. Okay, maybe they have some problems, some lack of this, short of this. So what you need to do is try to come up with the product profile yang terbaik lah. And then final product, ini dia, produk yang dah jadi, produk yang dah jadi. So itu yang kita harap lah. And then peer assessment and IP form completion. All together, no final exam, right? So tak ada final exam lah. Sampailah habis tu, habis kelas, habis minggu, selesai tugasan. Tugasannya selesai. So that's yang kita harap lah. Supaya habis je minggu ke-14 tu, semuanya selesai. Sampailah nombor 8. Sampailah nombor 8. Itu kita haraplah. Jangan dah minggu 14, nombor 6 belum, nombor 8 belum, nombor 5 belum. Jadi nanti you yang kelang kabut lah. Because you have to do, to deal with other courses as well, right? Because after we're done with 14 weeks, we will go to the exam week where you need to study, need to review, do some revision for other courses. So we don't want you to do that. So make sure that within 14 weeks, you finish all those 8 assignments. Okay. So these are some of the references that you may want to find. Okay. If we find some, newer references, so we will share with you, right? If you have one, so go ahead. All right, those are the expectation of the class. Any question? Any question?
So far clear, Doctor.
Okay, hopefully, yeah. Sometimes, this is about communication. Face-to-face communication is one thing. Now, online communication is another thing. Yeah. We hope
Yeah.
that I didn't expect that you can understand 100% exactly as the way we understand it. But at least you can understand about 80% daripada makna apanya, then mungkin itu pun dah memadai lah. Sebab 80% tu pun dah kira A ya. Kalau tak nanti, kalau katakanlah dia punya kepahamannya cuma 20%, fail tu. Kalau ikut grade tu dia fail. Fail tu yang jadi sesat jalan tu. Okay, so kita teruskan. Saya pun sebenarnya saya rekod benda ni. Nanti saya akan update lah dan masukkan dalam e-learning, and then you boleh tengok semula mana-mana yang tak sempat dicatat dan sebagainya lah. Okay, saya share lagi berkenaan dengan ini ya. Kejap. Tadi course information. Sekarang ni assignment guidelines. Assignment guidelines. So kita share juga dengan you assignment guidelines ni. Kesemua sekali lah 1 sampailah 8. Sampailah 8. So jadi jangan risau. Semuanya ada di sini. Apa yang kami sebutkan tadi sebenarnya adalah di sini. Cuma yang kita tak boleh nak sebutkan secara detail ni sebelum you baca. At first tadi kita dah terangkan, and then now what you need to do is to read through this one. Cuba fahamkan apa and then bandingkan dengan what we have discussed, what we have shared with you, and then later for the next meeting then you can start clarifying in detail. In detail macam dia kata real and authentic problems. Ini kena tengok macam contohnya ya, what you are looking at is the real and authentic problem, meaning in the teaching and learning processes. That is the real, what we mean by real or authentic problems. Not a simulation, but the real problem that's really happening in teaching and learning environment, right? Itu satu contoh lah. Ini yang tadi saya kata, problem identification. Although this is individual project, but this still can be used for the assignment number 2, technical report 1, because the process quite similar. But now what you need to do is you work in group. You work in group, and then some parts you may use for this technical report 1. And then assignment number 2, the number 2, project progress, right? Group 20%. It's quite big, 20%. And so what you need to do is you have to present the progress of the development, the development technical report. 3, the final report, again 20%. So those are the things that you need to have in the report. The project specification, product testing, fine-tuning. This is again like product testing and fine-tuning. So the way you understand this is depends on the project, right? It depends on the project. If your project like a module, you want to test it out in the classroom. So okay, go ahead. You want to test it out. So this is the challenging part, right? Because during this situation, I don't know how many of you are teachers, but if you are not a teacher, if you try to test your module or your product in teaching and learning, so you need to find someone that working in schools, so that the product can be tested, right? You test the product, try to run it. Before you run it, so what you need to do, you test it first, and then after everything is fine, then you test it in the real situation, right? Test it out, collect the data, feedback, something, and then make some analysis. So that's what you need to do. Number 3, data analysis. So get the feedback, the comments from the user, right, during the test session, and then analyze the data. Maybe they come up with some sort of depends on what you want to see. Say, for example, you want to see in terms of practicality of the product, whether the product is really practical or not, in terms of cost effective. So those are the elements, right? Maybe you can slowly we will discuss about it, right? What you need to test or what you need to get feedback from the user, right? So like practicality, no, maybe you can come up with a very good idea about the project, right? You propose one project, very good one. But in terms of practicality, it's not practical at all. Say, for example, you try to come up with some product, huge, big, and then now you were talking about teaching and learning in the classroom. How many things that the teacher need to carry into the classroom? And then the classroom is only 35 minutes. So this is among the elements that we need to consider in order to come out with what so-called a very practical, very good product. Okay. Otherwise, you will come out with a product that not really practical, cannot be used in the classroom. We have to bring trolley into the classroom, which is not practical. This is what we mean. So we learn from this activity, then you can come out with this understanding and perception. And then, of course, for your own usage when you are in the school. And then the intellectual property. This is what we mean, product profile, right? One is a product profile. And then the copyright form completion, right? Later, I will share with you the website to do this one, yeah, intellectual property afterwards. And then finally, the final product of the your exhibition. Okay, read through this one first. Try to understand this, and then we will come back to this in detail, in greater detail afterwards. Okay, in the next meeting. So with us here in the e-learning, we all already uploaded this one, yeah, the example of the past classes assignment. Okay, past classes assignment. Okay, hang on. Dr. Asniza ada tak? Asniza, you want to share this one? Okay, I stop sharing my my screen, and you can share yours. Boleh tak?
Okay, boleh kejap. Okay. Saya share.
Okay, you share punya. Cuba cerita cerita yang berkenaan dengan tugasan tu, contoh tugasan tu, ya.
Right. I will share first. Wait. Sorry.
Turn it off. Ada KPI kutu lah apa semua tu.
Alamak. Okay, this one. Tu kena tutup tu. Okay, this one is the example of the assignment. So I will go first. The first assignment, which is the assignment problem identification. Last class, our product identification, we are doing actually you only need to upload using the PowerPoint. But in our previous class, my partner want student do it in video. So I will show you some example. This is the video. I don't know either you can hear or not. Just if cannot think, maybe you can just look what is inside.
Hello everyone. Welcome to my presentation. I will discuss my visit to a school and my interaction with some of the students.
Ada dengar ke Dr. Zainuddin?
Teaching and learning problems faced by the students and how I propose to solve these problems.
Okay.
Mount Safa International School in Johor Bahru.
This is problem
I met
identification.
with secondary 4 students who will take the IGCSE exam in October this year. I spoke to them about their learning experience and I found out that they were having
This
some
no
problem
in the
grasping science
cannot upload in the
concepts,
e-learning. This one.
particularly in physics and chemistry. I focused on physics, particularly the chapter
So
of
this is the
electricity
problem
and
of the student
magnetism.
in the school. They go to the school and
Before I share
search
with
for
you
the
what I
problem
learned,
in the
let me
school.
briefly explain the experiential learning theory. Research shows that practical learning is much more effective than traditional learning styles such as lectures. But schools continue to use the traditional methods.
So
Called
because of the problem in the
experiential
school,
learning theory says that
they
learning
want
is a
to
process where knowledge is
implement
created through
expression
experience.
doing practical.
The learning cycle.
Then
The
there's
learner has
this
concrete
is
experience, then he
the
does
for the
reflect on that experience. This helps him
experience
connect
learning.
ideas and concepts. Finally, he does active experimentation.
Alamak, lama lah saya potong-potong lah.
So I
This is the
found out
problem
from the
statement.
interview that students are finding physics concepts difficult to understand.
So
This is
physics
because many of the
difficult,
concepts are
understanding
difficult to explain on a
physics.
whiteboard. If they can
Ah,
see
tak
a
apa, nanti
circuit
kita share
practically
saja
or
ni.
build it themselves, they can.
Kita share,
Okay,
kita upload
so
je
stop
nanti.
Okay.
Itu contoh lah.
Saya
Dia
bagi yang
contoh.
point je lah. This one contoh
Okay.
for problem identification. Assignment 1. So assignment 2, which is the proposal or technique. Where is it? Wait a minute. Mana pula technique? Okay, this one. This one is the technical report 1, which is the proposal. Okay. What we need in the proposal must have problem background, problem analysis, and you need to have literature review. This is the example. So suggest propose solution. You have problem and then you suggest what you want to do with the problem, how you want to overcome the problem, and then how you want to do the modules or maybe the models. In this student using project development model, which is Mppu. Maybe we can use many others, which is maybe after this we can show you models for doing innovation. Okay, this, and then you must do the market survey for your product. This is the proposal. Okay. The second one, which is the technical report 2, which is the project progress for your product. So you need to do in this project progress, which is also problem background, how you design your modules or you design your project. You must state what is the development stages of your module project. So this is the materials you stated and limitation, and then the product implementation. That's all. This is the second one, the third one, which is the project technical report 2. And then the project technical report 3. Okay, so you already have the product. So you explain your product in your report, which is product specification. What is in the product? Like this one, ZAP. I can't remember this one. Okay, they're doing the module on physics, so they put its physical electronic component. They put inside the module instructional manual. There will be learning modules, and also there will be assessment, learning module, teaching module, and also the assessment. So the product validation survey, how they survey the product in the market, and also doing some research, which maybe doing a private test, either this module can be used or not. So they're doing this one, and then explain the finding and explain the commercialization potential, and the conclusion. This is the technical report 3. And we also have in our assignment guideline, we also have to do the, okay, for this I will just show you the modules. This one, the module of the student. This is have instructional manual. This is a component inside the module, the kit. And then they have the teaching module for the teacher to use how to use the kit. This is the teaching modules. They have the assessment is how the student will use. So this is for the student. The assessment. So after using the modules, so they can answer the question here. And then last one, which is one module for the teachers, learning module for the student. It is about the ZEP electricity STEM kit for IGCSE physics. So this is not the school usual school our national school. This is the school that sekolah swasta. Sekolah swasta. Sorry, I can't remember the word. Okay, this is the example of the module. I have the way you can I show you. And then this is the web file. Okay, this is the product profile. Okay, this is the product profile. Just like a short tab on your product. So you need to do this for this course. The combination, I think, about the technical report 1, 2, 3. This is the combination. You need to have the introduction, background, literature review that you already done for the technical report 1 and 2. And then you report your modules, methodology, product specification, and result is from the technical report 3. So this is the combination of report 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this is product profile. And then last, and for the first stage, which is you need to do, we have competition. Now you need to show your product to our lecturer, other lecturer, or the judges. So you need to have the poster and also the video to pitch your product. This is the example of the poster. You need to have the poster, you need to have the abstract, objective, and then maybe the model that you use to develop or to design your modules, which is in this case, they're using the COPS learning cycle. And then you physical component, how this one, they show how the student use that product. And then this is the student. Okay. And then last, you need to have a video because we are doing online. Before this, before last semester, we maybe have exhibition, but nowadays because of COVID, we doing the online exhibition. So you need to have this one, coaching video, teaching video. Simple, only about 3 minutes or 2 minutes. Sorry, how I want to beat my income tax. Very short one. This is model designed based on the inquiry. So set the objective for your module, the target for your module. Okay, this is layout for your product. How you develop the product. This is for the kindergarten school. Okay. Be doing the 3D printing. just a little bit how to use it by the group work. What we need to explain what in your modules.
Well, in this kit, we have the model, color plate, scissor, brush, and fine acrylic color piece.
Lagi 1 minute. Okay. Very simple step. This is the step. So they show how to assemble it. Sekejap lagi sikit je lagi, 1 minit je Dr. Ben. So we show how the student can use the 3D, the 3D object. Hello. Okay, that's all. For market product, so show the difference your product with the market product, the estimated price. Okay, that's all. Okay. Okay, Dr. Din, I think that's all from me. That's the example all the assignment that you need to do in this class.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. So we try to make the materials available, and we try our best to make it available because we still need to consider about the copyrights. We need to consider about the belongingness, owned by these people. So if we can get back to these people, to ask consent from them to share with you. So we will try that, okay? So that we can make that available. Okay, now I just want to share a bit about my past students, right? So, like I said, some of the elements that we need to consider as well, like nobility, right? Nobility, how noble your product. It's not about how complicated the product, but how noble the product. So, as one of my students, I don't know how, but they managed to come up with some sort of learning kits for small children in the Tasca in the preschool. So they come up with the learning kits for the preschool's children. I mean, age around 3 and 4. You know what they did? They found a used toy car. They ambil tu, they found it in the garbage area di tempat sampah. And then they ambil bekas kereta tu, and then daripada kereta tu entah apa yang dia modified lah ya. Pumpam, jadilah ada satu permainan. Saya tengok permainannya, the game is very very interesting. The children, the justification of using that, they said that the toy, the car still can make sound. When they push the car still can make sound. And then they set one kind of activity. Okay, the children need to push the car at one stage. Okay, if the car reach this one, they have the chance to do A. If the car can reach this distance, the students can, the children can engage in this kind of activity. So this is quite interesting. They're using very minimum stuff. They didn't even buy the stuff. Okay, they find it in the garbage area, and then the cardboard. That's one example. This is very, very interesting to share with you. So I'm really amazed with the idea, right? In terms of practicality, in terms of cost effective, in terms of green, right? Green. Now we're talking about recycling. That's one thing. And then another students, I don't know how, this is how the creative they are. They went to the factory, right? They went to the factory looking for the used table calendar. You know table calendar? You know table calendar? Let me show you, yeah? Right, this is table calendar, okay? I don't know how, but they managed to get this in the big amount, right? They went to the factory, and then they asked from the factory whether they have a old calendar, right, in the stock where they want to throw that out. So the factory gave them, I think, about 50 or 100 used calendar. So they're like a flip activity on the table for the students, which is very, very interesting. They use nothing, no money at all, no cost at all, but by using these recycling materials, they managed to come up with the idea. So that's what we expect. Okay, so sometimes you think that you want to come up with a complicated one, but so impractical. So that's what we mean about this innovation. So don't worry about what you want to come up with, but as long the novelty of the idea and in addressing the problems that the students have, right? So this is what we expect. Okay. All right. Before we continue, I would like to ask. Okay, what you are doing now? Are you a teacher, or are you a full-time student, or are you someone working in the private sector? Can we get some idea about it? Amira, start with Amira, please. Amira is teacher. What are you doing now?
Yes,
Teaching?
Doctor.
You're
Yes,
teaching.
I'm
Yeah.
a teacher.
All right. Okay, teaching. All right. Okay, now Farizan.
Doktor, saya.
Cikgu ya?
Ya, saya cikgu, tapi sekarang saya tengah cuti belajar lah.
Apa nama panggil? Apa? Apa?
Saya ambil HLP, dapat HLP.
HLP, hadiah latihan apa tu? Latihan. Alright, okay, HLP.
Saya mengajar di Sekolah Menengah Pendidikan Khas Vocational Merbuk Kedah. So right now saya mengajar dekat Kedah lah. So saya mengajar dalam subjek culinary art. Masak sekarang.
Okay. So maknanya teaching juga ya? Okay, now Chan Bao Kiong.
I'm also a teacher. Teaching in Chinese school, as you can see, teaching Maths and English.
Di mana tu Chan?
As you can see, Minci in Horizon Hills.
Oh, sini saja. Horizon
yes,
Hill. Hari-hari main golf lah tu ya.
Ada lah, maju. Okay.
Okay, Faiza.
Ya,
Ya, Faiza.
Saya.
Tu buka video sekejap lah. Cuba sambil cerita tu buka video sekejap. Faiza.
Saya masih mengajar di Sekolah Kebangsaan Kampung Melayu, Sekeluang. Saya
Okay.
PS sahaja. Tak kelas.
Okay, di keluar mengajar juga ya.
Ya, saya.
Alright, siapa lagi ya? Hidayah.
Saya.
Yes, doktor.
Mana dia? Tak nampak muka dia. Okay, apa buat sekarang?
Okay, currently I'm a full-time student. Before this, I was a private school teacher.
Cikgu jugalah. Okay, full time Ambil bidang apa ni, Hidayah?
Tu apa? Cikgu Hidayah.
Huh?
Tu apa?
Before
Bidang.
this, I was a maths and science teacher at Sekolah Islam Hidayah.
Oh, okay.
Okey. Boleh buat baju tentang tu.
Sekarang ni ambil program apa?
Now I'm in semester 2. Saya ambil MPP.
Teknologi pendidikan
Development Education.
Oh,
Bukan.
Dr. Zainuddin dan Hassan.
Sains.
Baharin.
Okay, alright. Siapa lagi belum ni? Miao.
Good morning, Doctor. I'm a full-time student and Dr. Hasniza. And I'm a blogger and YouTuber part-time. Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Sebelum ni apa? Sebelum ni buat apa?
I just graduated from UUM. I was a communication student.
Right. Not teaching, yeah.
Yeah. But
What kind of video you what
my channel is
upload the YouTube?
my channel is mainly promote the vegetarian diet.
Are you vegetarian?
Yeah, yes, I'm a vegetarian.
Wah, I can learn from you.
Susah.
I
Rugi
want
lah.
also to be vegetarian.
No problem.
Rugi lah. Daging lembu sedap. Daging ayam sedap. You didn't take that food at all?
Yes. I only take plant-based food. Yes.
Alright. Okay lah. But anyhow, like I said, sooner or later you will be involved in teaching and learning anyway. So
Yeah.
Besok ada anak, you akan mengajar anak you.
Yes.
How now teaching new generation is really tough, right? So
Yes.
really need to
using
have
YouTube.
skills and knowledge.
Yeah. So that's why using YouTube is another way to convey the message. Yeah.
Tak boleh lah, YouTube je nanti dia duduk, nanti badan jadi bulat lah.
Yeah.
Okay, Siti Nur Laila.
Okay.
Mengajar, Siti?
Saya sekarang bercuti belajar. Mengajar di Tenggara.
Barat Tenggara. HLP ya?
Ada.
Ini semester berapa?
Semester 1.
Bidang apa cutinya?
Ya?
Buat bidang apa?
Cikgu bidang apa?
Teknik vocational. Okay. Belajar rajin-rajin. Jangan ini Okay, cikgu juga. Siapa lagi? Chan tadi dah Siapa lagi yang belum? Silakan, Muniswari.
Cikgu Muniswari.
Yes, Doktor.
Mana Muniswari? Dah lupa dah muka ni. Turn on the video, please.
Okay. Hello, Doctor.
Alright, hello. Okay. So what are you doing? Teacher or teaching or?
I'm an ex-teacher.
Ex-teacher?
Yeah.
Berhenti kerja?
Last time dengan KPM, lepas tu dah berhenti. And sekarang housewife.
Ini mesti dapat duit lagi banyak.
Alright. So maknanya ada experience. Ada experience teaching lah ya. Okay, it's fine.
Yes, 9 tahun dengan government.
You teaching in private?
Bahasa Malaysia and sejarah.
Oh, okay. Bahasa Melayu. Baik.
Bahasa Malaysia. Okay. Alright, siapa? Okay, teaching jugalah. Alright. Okay, siapa lagi belum? Adilah, Nur Adilah.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Ada
Salam.
dua orangnya ni. Keluarkan.
Muka.
Apa buat sekarang?
Sekarang saya cuti belajar juga, ambil MPV Teknik Vocational.
Okay. So, maknanya dulu sekolah di sekolah rendah ke? Sekolah menengah di mana dulu?
Di Pasir Gudang, SMK Bandar Seri Alam Pasir Gudang.
Okay. Ni semester 1.
Semester 1.
Okay, maknanya cikgu juga ya. Alright. Ain, Nur Ain. Ni yang tadi yang susah saya nak sebut. Minta maaf ya Ain ya. Susah. Ini lidahnya dah tua ni. Nur Ain. Ain mana?
Ini saya.
Okay, Ain. Mana mukanya ni? Turn on the video, Ain. Okay. Can you pronounce for us first? Jadi saya boleh ikut.
Sorry.
Nama tu. Cuba pronouncekan nama tu.
Nur Ain Zulaikha Lili.
Zulaikha. Oh, okay. Oh, susahnya nak sebut. Saya kalau baca ni nak
Mana panggil Lili je.
Zulaikha. Selalu orang pakai K kan. Tak apalah. Okay. So, buat apa sekarang, Ain?
I'm a full-time student. I just finished my study in Unimas. I study
Sekarang, okay. Maknanya fresh graduates lah. Ni full time buat program apa belajarnya?
TESOL.
TESOL. Okay. Good. TESOL. Now, siapa lagi yang belum ni Farina, Nur Farina.
Hai Prof.
Farina.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Buat apa Farina?
I'm a full-time student, but before this I'm teaching at secondary school as replacement teacher, or we do call as guru ganti.
Okay, maknanya ada pengalaman lah.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully you can get the understanding. Okay.
Yeah, insyaAllah. Thank you, Prof.
Okay, Nur Hamimah. Mana dia? Hamimah, tak ada orang yang lain dulu. Siapa yang belum? Tu Hamimah. Buat apa sekarang Hamimah? Unmute.
Oh, sorry. Saya student. Ambil curriculum and instruction.
Okay. Sebelum ni apa?
Sebelum ni mengajar. Sikit dalam 3 tahun lebih mengajar.
Banyak tu.
Bidang apa cikgu?
Saya curriculum and instruction.
Mengajar subjek.
Cikgu apa?
Bahasa Arab.
Oh.
Alamak.
Boleh ajar. Saya ingat ada Ain Jumatun tu saya ingat lagi lah. Yang lain saya tak ingat lah. Okay, next. Siapa lagi? Laila. Mana Laila? Okay, kalau tak ada yang lain pun silakan aja lah. Laila, Norehan.
Chan. Oh, Tiong. Belum lagi ni.
Chan. Norehan.
Assalamualaikum Doktor. Dr. Nandri dan Dr. Niza. Saya Norehan. Our teacher actually from engineering matriculation in Pontian. But now I'm a full-time student for first semester in physics education.
Physics education?
Yes, betul.
Oh, physics apa
Wah.
Physics Adi
Saya dengan Dr. Farah.
Ambil mix
Dr.
mode ke cikgu?
Farah.
Ya, betul Doktor. Mix mode.
Mode Okay.
Mix mode.
Okey lah, ada pengalaman sikit lah ya.
Ya,
Okey,
betul.
Chan. Chan. Cikgu juga kan, Chan? Saya
Yes,
ingat ni Chan ni. Asyik gelap je, kenapa ni tak bayar bil api ke apa ni?
Bukan, satu lampu rosak.
Satu lampu rosak.
Okay. Ya. Okay,
Cikgu.
saya sekarang I'm a teacher now, teaching in Horizon Hill in SJKC.
Hari-hari main golf ni, Chan.
No, teaching in school. Okay.
Okey, siapa lagi yang belum? Siapa lagi yang belum ni? Saya pun dah tak ingat ni ya. Miau sudah kan?
Dah.
Assalamualaikum, Doktor.
Atika?
Atika.
Okay, I'm Nur Atika. Okay, you can call me Ika. Now I'm on my study leave.
Bidang apa, Atika? Special. Alright. Panggil Nur kan bagus. Cahaya.
Ramai sangat lah. Nama Nur.
Yelah. Okey. So maknanya pernah mengajar lah.
Ya. Kota Tinggi Community College.
Kota Tinggi Community College. Alright. Okay. So maknanya most of the students have this experience, teaching and learning experiences. Just a matter of context. Right, some primary, some secondary, some in institution. But anyhow, the teaching and learning context is similar things, a similar business. If not to say the same, but the similar business where the knowledge being delivered and then the process of delivering the knowledge requires some sort of modification, adjustment, creativity. So this is where we need to come out, right? Where we need to contribute in not to say improving, but enhancing, accelerating the process of learning and teaching. So regardless of which perspective, so it's up to you to consider whether you want to consider on the okay, nampak tu. Ni Dr. Nurhaniza ni dulu guru disiplin. Okay, sekejap lagi ya. So where were we just now? So regardless of the context, which one you want to focus on, okay? Like for example, the teachers. If you want to come up with the idea of helping or assisting teacher in teaching processes, so then you can consider on. You can focus on the teaching perspective. If you want to consider on learning perspective the students, so you will be proposing projects in helping and assisting the students, right, in their learning processes, whether that be accelerating, whether that be improving, some maybe through the process we can learn something. There must be some improvement, room for improvement that we can contribute. Okay, the idea is simple.
Doktor boleh tanya?
Ya.
Nak tanya produk tu maksudnya mesti dia tak kisah guna benda maujud ataupun nak kena online, bukan, maksudnya menggunakan apps ke? Dia tak kisah.
Tak ada isu. Itu sebab tadi yang saya sebut, yang saya kata, regardless of the product, okay, the idea is simple. So now we actually challenging your creativity. How you can, like I said, enhancing, accelerating, assisting the teaching and learning processes. Jadi kalau you kata you berminat berkaitan dengan learning, okay, learning boleh jadi pelajar, boleh jadi pengajar. Okay, sebab dalam proses mengajar ni sebenarnya kita pun belajar walaupun kita kategori pada peringkat tu kita ni sebagai guru. Tetapi at the same time, actually, we are in the process of learning. Learning about our children, learning about the students. If we face this kind of student, so what we need to do. If we're facing this kind of students, so what we need to do. So this is what we mean by learning. Okay, so jadi kalau katakanlah learning tu, you interested dalam perspektif pelajar, so you can suggest or you can propose, right? You can propose. Like macam you kata tadi, dia tak ada terhad kepada barang maujud, produk maujud. Yang kalau dalam katakanlah software pun silakan, right? Tak ada isu. Tapi dalam perspektif learning, kalau katakanlah learning. Kalau you interested dalam menghasilkan produk ataupun cuba membantu proses pengajaran guru pun tak ada masalah, right? Itu yang tadi yang saya sebut. Ada pelajar dia produce produk, very good product. I can say the product is very good, but not practical. Kerana apa? Pasal kita bercerita practicality dalam perspektif cikgu. Dia nak masuk kelas, right? Kelas yang dia mengajar tu cuma 35 minit, right? Ini challenging kepada kita lah. Dia punya challenges yang kita kena fikir dalam-dalam. Satu kata tadi saya kata, practicality, right? Cikgu dia katalah cikgu tu tingkat 4, daripada bilik guru tingkat 1. Dia nak pergi tingkat 4, nak mengajar 35 minit. Then pelajar ni dia produce one product yang boleh diajar dalam kelas oleh guru. Tapi saya tengok guru ni perlu bawa satu benda yang besar, you imagine, right? Guru yang perlu naik daripada tingkat 1 sampai tingkat 4. Itu antara perkara-perkara yang perlu juga kita fikirkan semasa kita mencadangkan satu-satu projek. Imagine kalau cikgu tu perempuan, right? Cikgu perempuan, matematik nak mengajar tingkat 4, mengandung 4 bulan. Ini the real situation. Tu tadi yang dikata authentic problem, right? The real problems. Kalau bayangkan 4 bulan mengandung nak bawa perut, siapa Dr. Aniza dia biasa bawa perut tu kan. So, nak bawa perut naik tingkat 4, minta kita suggest dia bawa satu produk yang kita buat, yang kita kata bangunkan yang sangat baik. Tetapi tak praktikal. Dia nak bawa terheret dia nak bawa masuk kelas. So that is the challenging part yang kita nak you learn something. Okay. Inilah dia punya peluang untuk kita mempelajarinya lah. Okay. Boleh macam tu? Jadi tidak ada istilah apa jenisnya tetapi mestilah dalam perspektif teaching and learning processes. Okay. So nanti pelan-pelan kita dah ada WhatsApp group ni. Siapa yang belum masuk nanti masukkan. Jadi kita gunakan WhatsApp group ni yang lebih murah, dan mudah untuk kita berkomunikasi. So gunakanlah WhatsApp group tu. Kalau you nak discuss dengan antara you silakan, tak ada masalah. Okay, tak ada masalah. Dalam group tu juga, at least orang lain pun boleh tengok apa discussionnya. Jangan sorok-sorok lah. Ini di dunia sekarang lah, tak ada ilmu yang kita perlu sorok. Bagi semua orang tahu tak ada masalah. Kita dapat pahala di situlah. Okay, sebelum apa-apa, saya cuma suggest selepas ini, you dah boleh communicate dalam group. Okay, untuk pembahagian kumpulan. Pembahagian kumpulan. Saya cadangkan jangan lebih daripada 3. Okay, jangan lebih daripada 3. Dan kelebihan kita adalah kebanyakan kita mempunyai pengalaman dalam proses pengajaran pembelajaran. And then dalam hal ini saya cadangkan dalam kumpulan tu 3 orang dalam satu kumpulan tu cuba dapatkan at least 1 orang tu masih lagi bekerja mengajar di sekolah. Itu cuba cadangan saya lah. Jadi mungkin kat situ kita ada ruang untuk cikgu tu sebagai wakil untuk try out the product tu di sekolah. Kalau boleh macam tu lah. Kalau tak boleh pun sama, bergantung kepada persetujuan pihak sekolah. Kalau sekolah tak bagi benarkan, maknanya tak boleh lah. So you kena test sendiri. Di dalam bilik you sendiri. You test dan you run macam mana. And then maybe you can produce a video and then ask someone to review and then give feedback kepada kita punya produk. So pasal sekarang ni sangat terbatas. Tambah lagi sekarang semalam berapa? Kes apa nama tu? COVID.
lebih.
Imagine tu.
Tak silap
Dulu kita
700 lebih.
dah tinggal single digit aja kan. Dia naik pergi 800, 700. Itulah dia cabaran kita lah. Tak apalah. Tapi not necessarily that will hinder our learning processes. Okay, ada soalan? Any question? So my suggestion, read through the materials first and see how. Right, you read through the materials, and then if any problems, after I think by reviewing or reading the materials, and at least you can get some idea what to expect, everything, and then you can highlight your concerns in the WhatsApp group. If not in the classroom session, so make use of the WhatsApp group. Yeah. So I think that is the most practical.
Dr. Zainuddin, kita ada 16 orang.
Cuba kalau tengok ini memang ada 16 lah. Kalau tengok ni kan. Kalau tengok ni memang ada 16.
Kalau
ini
mungkin kalau nak 3-3. Kalau 3-3 mungkin satu orang kena satu kumpulan dengan 4 orang.
4. Boleh. Okay. Kita set 3 lah. Kalau ramai sangat nanti huru hara jadinya.
Tapi kalau misalnya kata kita 16 betul-betul, so satu kumpulan tu ada 4 lah. Ada 4. Kalau tak kita buat 2-2-2-2.
So ini
2-2.
Sekarang gini, kita bagi peluang kepada pelajar untuk decide. Jadi jangan ramai-ramai. Okay? Jangan ramai-ramai. So you decide, macam tadi saya kata, cuba dapatkan at least dalam satu kumpulan tu ada seorang yang masih lagi berada di sekolah. Kita cuba yang macam tu lah. Kalau tak ada, tak boleh nak buat apa, okay, tak ada masalah. Tapi kita cuba dapatkan yang itu. At least peluang untuk try out dekat sekolah tu ada. Kalau tak nanti you nak masuk sekolah, nak itu, jadi ada masalah. Boleh fikirkan macam tu? So by today, you bincang dalam group tu and then form the group. Boleh? Alright. Semua pelajar masters. Apa tak boleh, takkan tak boleh. Okay, so I think for now,
tapi assignment satu secara individu dulu kan?
Individu, ya betul. Individu. Apa tu, Faiza?
Itulah bisa menang muridnya. Doktor. Doktor, soalan kedua, saya nak tanyalah dia punya technical report tu must be in English?
Bahasa ni whichever comfortable to you. Kalau you mahir menulis BM, silakan. You mahir menulis BI, silakan. Itu saja, BM, BI. Jangan tulis lain-lain. Mandarin, apa nama tu, Tamil tu tak boleh. Nantilah, saya belajar dululah. Saya belajar Mandarin, saya belajar Tamil, boleh nanti ya.
Sebab tadi saya tunjuk contoh tu sebab tu segmen tu bukan orang Malaysia.
Pelajar international.
International student.
Tapi itulah yang saya kata, kalau ikut senarai ni, saya tak pasti ni Shu Huan ni. Kalau tengok dia punya ID ni macam daripada mainland China ni. Cuma tak pastilah, nanti tengoklah macam mana. Hari ni pun dia tak ada. Itu yang sekarang ni yang ada ni baru ada 14 saja ni. Kalau tengok dalam kita punya participants tu, pelajar cuma ada 14 saja. Okay, ada 2 lagi yang belum masuk lah. Okay, so kalau tak ada, untuk kelas yang berikutnya, saya akan mula cerita sedikit-sedikit berkenaan dengan concepts of innovation, and then what are the criteria or requirement sebelum kita boleh jadi seorang yang mempunyai pemikiran innovator. Macam itulah Nak jadi seorang yang mempunyai pemikiran inovatif ni, adalah kriteria-kriteria yang sentiasa kita amalkan. That is the requirement yang saya kata because to create an innovator, creative thinker, problem solver, it takes years, right? It takes years. You cannot come in the fortnight ataupun hari ni aja besok terus jadi seorang yang inovatif. Tak akan berlaku macam tu. Sebab it comes from the daily practices, right? That is our daily practices. Just want to give you an example, right? Between knowledge and experience. Ini cerita anak saya sendirilah. He is now doing apa nama tu training the academy Mercedes, right? Becoming a technician, academy Mercedes. Dia ajar macam-macam. Di academy tu kan secara praktikal semua dia ajar. Okay? Saya pun tak tahu punya Mercedes you tahu sajalah kan macam-macam sekarang ni apa semua tak tahu. Tapi ada satu ketika bila dia buat kerja di rumah, ni nak cerita pengalaman macam mana kenapa dia sangat penting. Dia ada masalah buka skru. Okay, skru tu dia dah karat. Lepas tu dia punya bunga dia tu dah bulat. Dia tak boleh buka, dia tak pandai buka. Dia kata ni kalau dekat Mercedes ni dia pakai air gun, dia ketuk, dia terus tembak air gun terus terbuka. So I tengok dia struggle buka berjam-jam dia fikir. Jadi saya kata okay, mai sini. Ini orang bukan technical, yang bukan belajar punya saya kata. You beli satu tools, dia ada satu tools yang dipanggil hammer, dipanggil hammer drill kalau saya, bukan hammer drill, hammer screwdriver. Nah, ini pun you tak tahulah. Dia pun tak tahu. Saya kata okay, you pergi kedai, you tanya, beli tu and then you cuba buka. Dan lepas tu saya tunjukkan macam mana nak buka. Mana ayah belajar? Inilah yang saya kata, to create, dia mesti ada combination tu. Right? Knowledge, practice, baru dapat. Kalau tak jadi. Itu nanti yang tadi yang saya kata, you bila jam, you tengok ada orang potong kiri kan? Ada orang dia tak potong kiri. Ada orang dia akan buat keluar awal supaya dia tak stuck in the jam. So depends. Itu cara kita menghasilkan kita punya pemikiran. Yang ini reaktif, kan? Yang ini reaktif. Yang datang awal ni supaya tak sangkut dalam jam, itu berfikiran proaktif. So it depends macam mana kita kembangkan supaya kita dapat menghasilkan. Before kita boleh kata, kita boleh claim, kita mempunyai innovative thinker. Innovative thinking. Okay? That is the concept lah. Supaya nanti kita dapat. Saya punya harapan macam sikit. Tak dapat banyak, sikit pun jadilah. Okay guys. Ada lagi anything else from Dr. Nurhasniza? Dr. Nurhasniza?
Apa? Yes, ya.
So
tak ada apa-apa.
Nanti kita teruskan.
Tak apa. Nanti kita boleh tunjukkan contoh-contoh banyak lagi modul-modul inovasi yang pernah dalam kelas Dr. Zainuddin dan juga kelas yang saya rasa tak semestinya online tapi dia hands on pun ada. So macam-macam jenis inovasi yang ada. Mungkin tu. Itu saja mungkin Dr. Zainuddin. Kita akan teruskan lagi next.
Sekarang ni kita nak belajar menghasilkan idea ya. Dalam bentuk yang nampak, yang boleh dicuba. Kita nak belajar. Sebenarnya kecil saja. Ya. Tapi at least sebagai asas lah, sebagai asas. Okay, kalau tak ada nanti kita akan upload the material sikit-sikit sebab kita sedang update dia punya material. Update pelan-pelan secara dan nanti jangan lupa semak-semak di situlah. Dan make use of kita dapat berkomunikasi. One character thinker adalah communication. Kalau saya bercakap, saya berkongsi, berargumen, itulah antara ciri-ciri. Kalau duduk dia nanti dia jadi lambat lah ya. With that, terima kasih sekali lagi atas perhatian Saya kurang apa nama, dengar tak? Dengar ya?
Dengar.
Dengar. Saya kurang selesa sebab perbualan tersekat-sekat dan saya menghadap skrin tapi nak buat macam mana? Please update apa tu semua ni dalam e-learning dan juga dan ambil mudah pastikan norma baru tu kita untuk smart. Okay.
Okay. Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doktor. Waalaikumsalam. Doktor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Terima kasih, Doktor.
Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay, Dr. Den. So, kita dapat next week nak